Hello, my name's Bev and I'm the author of the book Please Eat, A Mother's Struggle to Free Her Teenage Son from Anorexia, which describes our family's battle with the deadly eating disorder, anorexia nervosa, which my teenage son Ben developed back in 2009 when he was just 15 years old. I wrote this post the following day after the confession about all the exercising and purging from my son Ben. This post is from the 15th of January 2011. It's called Anorexia, Being Honest and Keeping Talking. I found yesterday really hard, said Ben out of the blue when frying the onion in oil. Yes, oil. In what way? I asked. Loads of ways, he said, starting with the girls on the school bus who wouldn't stop talking about diets. Then P and L were talking about their latest diet in psychology. Then at break, N offered me some crisps and a chocolate muffin. It was really hard. To an anorexia sufferer, I replied, things like that are a bit like ultraviolet lights when people are wearing white. The white things show up really bright, whereas in normal light, they'd look the same as everything else. To a recovering anorexic, things like that are really difficult to handle. But the good news is that Ben is still being very open about things. In town today, I chose the highest calorie sandwich, he said, and a packet of crispy curly things. It was hard, but I made myself do it. And I know for a fact that last evening's meal was difficult for him. We'd run out of tuna in brine for our pasta, so I had to opt for tuna in oil, 2 tins of it. In the past, he would have freaked out and refused to eat it. Last night, he ate the meal without any hesitation or problem. I'd also thrown in a ton of antipasti loaded with olive oil. In the past, he'd have dug it out and dabbed it clean with a piece of kitchen paper, but he didn't last night. So today I gave him a big hug and said, "Well done, I'm really proud of you. And also thank you for being so open about the exercising yesterday at CAMS. You know this is something we need to work on, don't you?" And he does. That's the end of that blog post. A couple of things here. So while Ben was finding it easier to eat certain foods, he was not finding it easy to resist exercising after eating them to burn off the calories. So that was a real tricky issue that we needed to work on next. Second thing was, and he mentioned this about the previous summer, which had been particularly difficult. It had been really, really awful. And it was really that it's good to notice when they are doing something that is challenging themselves, challenging the eating disorder, and to encourage them. And like I said at the end of this entry, to say, well done, I'm really proud of you. This rather than accusing them or being angry. I know that's easier said than done. It really is. When you're panicking, you're angry, you're desperate for them to recover, and you're terrified that something will happen that will end their life, whether it's heart problems, starving to death, or suicide. So it's really, really hard. But if you can, encouraging them and saying you're proud of them, and talking and encouraging them to be honest, really does yield dividends. So I know it's not easy, but at this stage in his recovery, this was what I was trying to do. You'll find a link below to my blog, and you'll also find a link to my website where you can download free PDFs of my blog, and also a link to Amazon where you can buy a copy of my book.